It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, December 12th, 2018. It's 7 a.m. and welcome to Down on the Corner.
Now, are you going to say it's cold again this morning?
It's chilly.
Now it's chilly.
It's 44. It's chilly.
Man, I could have went with even without a jacket, I think, today.
I think
it was
so,
a nice day.
Yeah, it is. Not bad.
But you're kind of chilly, so
Just a
you
little
need
bit chilly.
jacket.
It's not bad. You know, in the 40s is not bad. You know, even went out to the dog park yesterday with Pepper, and it was not bad. Short sleeve shirt.
Are you gonna whine when it snows at Christmas?
Not
I told
at Christmas.
you it's going to. Are you gonna whine
24th
about it?
and 25th it could snow, but I'm ready to plant potatoes on the 26th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're already looking at gardens and planting.
Well, sure.
Oh, for crying out loud. Do you want it to snow at Christmas time, Sonia?
You want snow at Christmas?
Do you like snow?
You like snow?
See? She likes snow.
They don't have to drive in it.
Just, hey, if I ask any questions, just answer with a yes. And if Dale asks, you can go ahead and say no.
But when it gets down to have you ever eaten an old time, answer honestly.
Yes, no.
He's like 2 for 39 right now.
I'm like, what in the heck? These kids are deprived over there at the Christian Academy. Don't even take them to the good restaurant.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And our prayer today will be by Sonia here in just a few minutes. We want to welcome everybody to the show and tell you about Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. Now, I'm on my second cup already. It's only 7:01.
Realizing you have a problem is the first step.
The problem is the coffee pot only holds 12 cups.
It's not the coffee
I
pot's
need one
problem.
of the big ones that you got down at the restaurant.
I mean, the 12 cups you make will make normally a 24 cup when you actually
if nobody
add
drinks
water
it,
to
it'll
it.
pave a half a mile of roads too, you know.
If you actually add some water to it.
Brewed Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, BRMC Lobby, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town is Brewed Awakening. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking Muddy Water. You want to have some fun? You see that ball right there on the screen?
Hey, hold on. I didn't.
Yeah.
I've already closed that out.
Yeah, a little bit back up.
I'm getting it.
Getting it. Now watch this.
See, he doesn't give me a heads up with any of this stuff. So, all right. I want you to take your left hand, put it up in the air.
Put it over right there. See, watch on the screen. See it? See the screen over there? Now,
Now
swat that ball.
Now hit that ball.
Hit it.
Hit it.
Where?
Just swing. Scooter loves graphics. Oop, now you're going to have to raise your hand up and push it down so we can see
Can
it.
you get over? There you go. Push it down.
There
Push
you
it
go.
down again.
A little more.
Push it down. One more time.
Yeah.
There you go. Right there.
Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you Mountain Home. Once again, if you're not drinking Brewed Awakening Coffee, you're just drinking muddy water. We appreciate Mike and his staff for sponsoring the show. Been with us for many, many years. And the morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, and I can vouch personally for their professionalism. Went through it a month ago. And very helpful, very courteous, very understanding. And now's the time to pre-plan. You know, we got a lot of families coming in for the holidays, and whether it was Thanksgiving, upcoming Christmas, or New Year holidays, you sit around the table after the fact. Mom, Dad, have you made any final arrangements? I mean, nobody's a spring chicken anymore, you know. Anyway, now's the time to pre-plan. Call Bruce or Brad or Chris, anybody down there at Roller Funeral will give you all the information. But when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes. Now this morning, our morning prayer is by Sonia, and Sonia is a student of the Mountain Home Christian Academy. How's school going for you this year, Sonia? It's going good? Yeah. There's Pastor Sam Bailey coming in to be our guest. Morning, Pastor.
Morning.
And what's your favorite subject? You like math or science or art?
Science.
Science, yeah.
Recess.
He liked recess.
That's a good subject.
Are you ready to say your prayer? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're on. Go ahead.
Dear God, thank you for all of our friends, and I thank you for the homeless people, and I thank you for all. I thank you for my brothers and sisters and the people who don't know Jesus. And my mom, in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Good job.
Wow. Sonia this morning with the morning prayer. I'll tell you what, these students get a fine education at Mount Loma Christian Academy. Here's a first grade student coming in on live television and doing a morning prayer. These students are doing things that most adults won't do, is pray in public, let alone on live TV or radio when we had it on radio. But Mount Loma Christian Academy teaches no Common Core, takes no government money, so therefore your donations are welcome. Call them at 424-6622.
I like that they just come in and do it off the cuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, okay, yeah, I'll pray. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Gather around.
wow.
Here we go.
Boy, it says a lot for the faculty and administration of Mount Loma Christian Academy. You know, so you having a good school year? You ready for Christmas break? Well, good, good. What's going on? What's some fun things you do at Mount Loma Christian Academy? You got a nice playground area? Yeah. You got a nice campus.
I know
Real
I
pretty.
love their gym. Their gym floor is really cool. They got like those rubberized panel
Oh, really?
type gym floor.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Anyway, Mount Loma Christian Academy, just off the bypass across from Mount Loma Baptist Church. Once again, give them a call at 424-6622 if you can help them financially. Ready for morning weather? Did you tune that trumpet?
No,
Try it again anyway.
the trumpet's a little hoarse.
Come on.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, good. Can you do a better trumpet than that?
Yes, you can. Can you try to make a trumpet
Can you
noise?
go, "Da-da-da"?
Dun, 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 dun.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Monday through Friday, 7 to 2 on Saturday till 11 a.m. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. And the special today is...
For breakfast, we got a hamburger, steak, and eggs, hash
man,
browns,
that's good.
biscuit and gravy or toast, all for $6.88. Can't beat it. And for lunch, you're going to have a choice between ham and beans. She makes great ham and beans.
Yeah,
I love her
yeah.
ham and beans. Or you can get the liver and onions.
Yep.
Both come with 2 sides of roll of cornbread, $6.88. Or go in and try one of the homemade pies. They've got a lot of pies out there. And while you're in there, give Amanda a hard time. We got to give her a hard time. She likes that.
All right. Now the big question, have you ever eaten at Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home?
Mom, are
Oh.
you saying no?
Oh, you're 2 for 40.
I don't even want to know where you guys eat at.
She has it, she has it.
Do you not take your kids out?
Well, let's
do nobody
let's
at
do
the
the
Christian
math. all right? You're
Academy-
open 7 to 2, they're at
I-
school.
Well, on the Saturdays and
Well, yeah.
and
okay, I'll
times
give
that
you
they're
that.
out of school and stuff. But do you like pancakes?
So do you like pancakes?
Do you like pancakes? We
Like
have
really
the
big pancakes?
best pancakes. We have these big, huge, they're fluffy pancakes, and if you ask the waitress, Kimmy will actually make them into animals for you.
Wow.
One
Pretty
girl's
cool.
like, no thanks, I
No
want the
thanks.
big pancake. I'm like, great, no problem.
Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2. On Saturdays till 11, best breakfast, best lunch in town. Right now, it's just a bit chilly. It's not cold. It's 44 degrees in Mountain Home. It's already 50 in Harrison, 44 at Hardy, but it's 36 at Mountain View, 46 at Yellville, 36 at Marshall. Calico Rock showing up at 44. It's even warmer in St. Louis than it is here. It's 46 already in St. Louis, 43 at Poplar Bluff, 46 in Branson, 44 at West Plains. In contrast, Watford City, North Dakota at 30 degrees. So they've got a heat wave up there right now. On the radar, there's not much going on in most of the country. Let's start in the northwest part. We have Washington, Oregon, where they always have that shower coming in off the west coast there. Idaho, Montana, Utah, Wyoming, parts of North Dakota getting a little bit precip right now. A little bit in Wisconsin, a little bit of a kind of a spoke of the wagon wheel there coming into Illinois, somewhere around north central Illinois and southwest Wisconsin. Oh, there's a little bit going in southern Illinois. Maybe pick that up here in the St. Louis stop here in a minute. A little bit going through Indianapolis, southeast part of the country, showing a little bit of shower activity along the Atlantic seaboard there. Georgia, South Carolina, a little bit in Florida. I'm gravelly voice today. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Let's check the Little Rock stop first. I'm not showing anything on the national, so who knows what's going to show up on here. Looks like all highways in Arkansas are clear. 62 412 east and west. Highway 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. Highways 167, 67, Batesville, Poplar Bluff in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas in good shape as we speak. St. Louis. I-70, Columbia East into St. Louis looks good. 70 East from St. Louis, Vandalia, Effingham. Looks like it's in good shape. I-44, a little bit on I-44 just east of Rolla. And that wouldn't be Phelps County. I forget what county that would be. Anyway, I-44 east, a little bit there on I-44 going into St. Louis, probably 50, 60 miles out of St. Louis. Interstate 64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois towards Mount Vernon in good shape. You see Interstate 55 coming in from Sykeston to Cape Girardeau on into St. Louis. It's in pretty good shape. Southwest Missouri, we'll take a look at I-44 and I-70 here for you. Kansas City to Columbia, I-70 in good shape. Interstate 44, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon. Wow, going to be a pretty day across the region, I have a feeling. And then let's check that. I'm going to go to the Paducah stop right here and see what's going on in southern Illinois. It's picking up a little bit. Well, it's actually in Kentucky now. Have you ever been across that bridge right there?
Where at?
Well, it's Highway 60, so you're coming in on 60. You don't take Interstate 57. Okay, so you're going in on 60.
No.
And you're in Missouri, and you come off of the bridge into Illinois, and then you make a right-hand turn. So literally, if you went from here to about the building across the street, you go from Missouri, Illinois to Kentucky. You can be in 3 states in about 90 seconds. And once you get back into Kentucky, 60 cuts south, and you can see the very southern tip of Illinois, where the Ohio Mississippi meet. It's really neat, you know.
That's always been a goal of mine.
I tell you what, you get on that Mississippi River Bridge across Highway 60 there, and I tell you what, I'm ready to get off that thing. It's up in the air. Anyway, a little bit showing up just to the south of Carbondale, Illinois, just a little bit northwest of Mayfield, Kentucky, but not much going on. Forecast for today, we've got partly sunny skies, high of 57 degrees, and later tonight a 20 to a 50% chance of showers as the day lingers on. Thursday going to be raining, 90% chance of showers all day, all night. Friday, 80% chance into a 70 down to a 40. Saturday, it stretches all the way into Saturday, 20% chance of showers, and then Sunday, sunny. We go from a high of 54 to 49 to 52, then Sunday a high of 57 degrees with sunlight. So it sounds like you got some nice weather ahead. So,
Other than the rain. Other than the rain.
I'd rather have that than the snow. Look what North Carolina's putting up with.
I think you're boring old Sonia over there. I think she's about to
Is she
take a
about to
nap.
fall asleep?
I think she's about to take a nap. We got her up too
So you
early.
want to check the roads in Arkansas? Let's see what the roads in Arkansas look like. All clear in Arkansas. When it's green, that means there's no snow, no ice, or anything like that. It's normal driving right here. Here's Mountain Home. Here's Little Rock. Here's Pine Bluff. Here's Interstate 49 to Texarkana. I don't see Interstate 49 from Texarkana to Fort Smith.
We're not going there. We're not going there again.
State of Missouri, all clear in Missouri, everything green. There are quite a few construction sites, of course, and what's this emergency thing over here? Probably not much going to concern us, so I ain't going to mess with it. All highways in Missouri are clear. We'll check the drought monitors. It's still the same. It'll update tomorrow about 8 o'clock Eastern time. Northwest Arkansas with a little bit of abnormally dry situation there. It continues into Missouri and all the way up to the Missouri River with a little bit of dry conditions. So other than that, we're in pretty good shape. Rain coming in should take care of the drought. And anyway, morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Be sure to check them out Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, on Saturday morning till 11 o'clock. Best breakfast, best lunch in town.
Mom, you got to get the kids in there.
Will do.
Take them down there sometime.
Yes, sir.
And so the community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 7412883 NCBA. Ask, are you 55 or older? Know someone who is? Are you unemployed looking for a job? The Arkansas NCBA SCSEP supports over 300 part-time positions in 59 counties, providing hands-on workplace settings for seniors to develop new skills and talents and support community service activities. Participants enhance or refresh work experience through exposure to various jobs. Must meet some guidelines, able to work or train 20 hours a week and participate in assisted job search, earn minimum wage. For information on this, call Sheila at 479-231-6774 or Louise at 501-745-4070. And with that, community calendar is brought to you by affordable housing. 741-2883. Wow,
The,
7:15 already.
Yeah.
Wow.
This Thursday, tomorrow,
What you got?
the high school bomber wrestling team will be having a meet against Mountain View here at the high school gym. We encourage everybody to come out and support the Bombers and encourage them on. They'll be starting at 5:30 and got quite a few matches. Should be a good meet.
Good.
What's going on at
What's going on at Mount Christ Academy? We got any basketball games or anything coming up? Yeah, we got basketball. A lot of good activities in Mount Christ Academy.
What are you going to all of a sudden be shy and quiet? We're going to give you a hard time.
You want to take us to, you know how to go to a commercial break? You want to do the commercial break? Look at that camera, say, Dale's out of coffee again. We need to go to a commercial break. You want to do that? No.
Do you want to say we'll be right back?
You say that. Say, we'll be right back. Anyway, we'll be right back. Coming up, Pastor Sam Bailey, Twin Lakes Baptist Church is our guest today. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
Coming up on 721, our guest today, Pastor Sam Bailey, Twin Lakes Baptist Church. And real quick, a Twin Lakes Christmas schedule change. Presentations will now be Friday, December 14th at 7. Oh Happy Day in the Twin Lakes Baptist Choir. And then on Saturday, December 15th at 3 p.m. And again on Sunday, December 16th at 10:30 a.m. It's going to be a good program.
Oh, yeah. We're really excited about this year's presentations, Dale. Of course, Christmas is a big part of Twin Lakes Baptist Church
You still got the big
for
trees?
36 years now.
Still using the big tree?
No, we're not still using the big trees.
Really?
We are changing and providing more variety, and the choir is deeply involved, but Gary and Kim Kariba are our worship leaders, and they are fantastic folks. And they've put together a program with their group called Oh Happy Day, which is a band and some fabulous singers.
Good.
And then there's comedy and all the traditional Christmas songs that everybody likes to hear.
Yep.
And then, of course, on that Sunday presentation at 10:30, it's Jerry Hopper and Annette and the Hands of Praise, our deaf ministry, and the choir, and 4+1 and the Bell Choir, and so many of our different groups that people have enjoyed throughout the years.
That's gonna be
We've
great.
been doing this for 36 years in Mountain Home. So
You got to know how about now. Anyway, Friday, December 14th at 7 p.m., Saturday the 15th at 3, and Sunday morning at 10:30, Twin Lakes Baptist Church.
this week we had to change everything because of that unbelievable weather forecast. That
Boone, North Carolina guy?
yeah, exactly.
They missed it by about 1,000 miles.
Wow, it was something else. So but we didn't. I was actually watching a national weather program on Saturday morning, and they said this. If you're in Mountain Home, Arkansas, do not get on the highways because they're covered with ice and snow. And it was. I looked outside and it was completely dry. So that was bizarre.
It
It was just bizarre.
And then
Yeah.
in North Carolina, I mean, that poor governor out there, we've got 3 years worth of snow here, folks.
Yeah, right. Good for the ski resorts, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, I've invited Pastor Bailey here, and we're going to be talking about how millennials see Christmas. And it's kind of different, because I grew up in Fairview Heights, Illinois. I went to First Baptist Fairview Heights, Illinois, Southern Baptist Church up there. Big church in attendance, about 600-700 every Sunday. But in those days, a nativity scene was not threatening. To sing "Oh Come All Ye Faithful," "Silent Night," "Little Town of Bethlehem" in the choir at school, but then the church, they have big presentations like you're doing. But millennials see it different. I think they even like Veterans Day. It's like, oh, it's the big sale at Kmart. They don't. Do the millennials understand what's going on?
Well,
I'm not being disrespectful. But
No. There are more millennials alive today than there are baby boomers. And so that's, I had to do some research on this because it's hard for me to keep up with the categorizations of different age groups in the country now, but they're about 18 to 37 years old. And there's no doubt that the people in that age category, just say 20 to 40 or 18 to 37 in that category, have been subjected to some powerful changes in society, which have caused them to view everything a bit different from their parents and their grandparents. So Christmas would be a part of that.
In what way?
Well, my understanding of the millennial generation is that they tend to want, and they have accepted a lot of focus because they're the most safety focused group ever in the history of the country. Car seats, school lockdowns, baby on board bumper stickers. I mean, everything that has been focused on their protection.
Bike helmets, knee pads.
Exactly. And a lot of that is very understandable with school shootings, that sort of thing. And because of that, they're the most affirmed generation ever. Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah.
Everybody gets recognized. No one has ever recognized as losing or failing or whatever. And so therefore they appreciate their privacy, but they also want to be affirmed. And so they're looking at life from many different perspectives. And like you said, not to be critical or anything like that at all, but a part of that is they have come to distrust organizations and institutions like the government, like the church, in many cases like the university or the school or whatever. They just don't trust anything that is organized. Therefore, they tend, because they connect Christmas to a church, they tend to look at it more cultural than religious. And those are broad, sweeping strokes. I mean, we're categorizing a lot of people that have a lot of different perspectives, but as a general group, that's sort of how they look at Christmas.
I'm trying to figure out the most. Yeah, I don't use political. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question. But when we say the church, the majority thinks of a priest with a collar and a black robe, the Catholic Church. But with everything going on with the sexual stuff, and then some nuns were found with $500,000 of some money that they used at Vegas, does that add to the distrust of the church when it's in one particular faith? And it could be going on in others, we don't know. But the bottom line is, when I think of the church, I think of my church. Mm-hmm. I don't think of Catholic, Presbyterian, Methodist. I think my church. When they say the church, they're referring basically to the Catholic Church.
And
because of what the Pope does at Rome on Christmas,
right,
stuff like that.
Sure. I'm using the term in the broadest sense possible.
Right.
If they see a traditional church building with a steeple,
yep,
and a parking lot and the trappings of what appears to be a church building, then that's what they're looking at. I don't think that the millennials as a whole are differentiating a lot between the denominations within the Christian church.
Okay.
And so when I say look at it more culturally, Christmas, than in a religious sense, we have just in this country, we have allowed our institutions of higher learning
yep,
to, for years and years and years now, for decades, to bombard our young people with attacks on their faith, on the credibility of faith, on the importance of faith. And the secular society, which would be evolutionary oriented, that we're here by chance and not by design, has had a profound impact on the minds and thoughts of young adults.
When you talk about faith, how many drive over a bridge and don't think twice about whether or not that bridge is going to hold you up or not? That's faith.
Right.
But they don't question that.
Right.
And we talk about, do we believe in Jesus Christ and the virgin birth and Mary and Joseph and the whole Christmas story? Well, do they believe in George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and everything that happened in 1776, 77 and on up? Mm-hmm. We can read about it in history, but I've never had George Washington on the TV show or Abraham Lincoln. You see what I'm saying?
When Josh McDowell...
Do we pick and choose what we believe in?
Well, sure. When Josh McDowell became a Christian, he was challenged at the University of Southern California as a freshman by one of his classmates to examine the claims of Christ and find out for himself whether they were true or not. He was an atheist at that time, or maybe agnostic, and he said that when he examined honestly the claims of Christ, he found that there was more evidence that Jesus Christ was who he claimed to be than there was historical evidence that George Washington or Julius Caesar ever existed. And so he said, to be honest with himself, he either had to accept the claims of Christ and the truth of the Bible and accept Jesus as his Savior, or he would have to deny that George Washington and Julius Caesar ever lived.
Yeah.
And so Josh McDowell, of course, became a great advocate for the faith and spoke on hundreds of college campuses throughout the world about his experience, his journey from no faith to faith in Christ. And so, we're still living, even in 2018, under the cloud of the evolutionary concept that we're here by accident. All this just happened by accident.
The Darwin theories.
And if you take that to its logical conclusion, we're no different than the animals. But the Bible teaches us that we're made in the image of God, which means we're spiritual people, which means we have a connection to God that animals do not have, and means that we're eternal beings, and therefore Christmas has a much deeper meaning to us that are looking at it from a Christian perspective as compared to just a cultural event, a historical event.
Yeah. Need to take a quick break. More in this discussion with Pastor Sam Bailey right after this. Stick around. Be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Coming up at 7:34, continuing our discussion with Pastor Sam Bailey. And I want to throw this question out. When I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and I remember the pastors talking about when the Woodstock Festival took place in New York in '69, 250,000 kids, free drugs, free sex, free everything, just a big old mess up there. Well, I probably would have enjoyed the music. They had Joe Cocker and some other good people up there. But that culture, kind of swung things in the wrong direction. That was the height of the Vietnam War, a lot of protest, a lot of uneasiness. How has that filtered in, the Woodstock generation? Because those kids, if they were 20 in 1969, that means they're pretty close to grandparents,
Oh, yeah. No, they've been grandparents for quite a while.
Yeah.
Time is flying by. Well, that was the first generation of the baby boomers, and of course the anti-establishment movement of the hippie culture was led to a lot of rebellion against the World War II generation's mores and their views of the world, their ideas concerning authority and all that. And so
that generation could be the college professors that triggered a lot of this now.
Well, exactly. And so, the thing that has been common among young people throughout all of history is they don't want to be like their parents. It's said that, in a general sense, it's said that the reason grandparents and grandchildren are such good friends is they both share a common enemy. And so the cycle tends to repeat itself. And the lack of trust that millennials have toward institutions today is basically a reenactment of what happened with the hippie culture. Now, let me say this, that millennials are they're a fascinating group of people. They have good reasons for their view of life. I mean, we're living in very precarious times. When I was a child, I remember the nuclear bomb, atomic bomb drills we used to do, where we would get under our desks.
Yep.
Down at Valonia Elementary School, and I'm not sure how that was going to help us in case of an atomic bomb, and we didn't even know really that much about what was going on, but that was our world threat. But my goodness, the young people today that are dealing with the threat of school shootings, and they see their police officers on campus, and the post September 11th generation and the terror and all those sorts of things, like the shooting in the Christmas market in France yesterday, it's generated a lot of fear in people that has caused them to have a certain paranoia toward a lot of the established organizations in the world.
I got a picture of a car radio dial right here. This is an old car radio. Can we pull it up? You know what these marks are right here? You see that little arrow in red?
I do.
By the 12 and in between. Those are Conelrad marks. And what you're talking about is the nuclear. That was established on AM radio. If there was an emergency, you tuned to one of those spots on your radio for emergency updates.
There we go. How about that?
That's the old AM radios, and there's picture after picture.
Yeah.
What are those marks on the radio?
Yeah.
But that's what, even on, like this is a house model right here. There's your Conelrad, Civil Defense. See the CD? That was the Civil Defense radio.
How about that? How about that?
And that goes right along with what you're talking about.
It's been said the opposite of faith is fear.
There you go.
So if we have a generation that does not have faith, then they have fear. The only thing that removes fear is the love of God, the Bible says. And so this is why I really appreciate your show, Dale, because you are unashamed about your Christian beliefs. You have a Bible here. You have young people come in to lead in an opening prayer, and those kinds of things are so important that we engender and we provide an atmosphere where faith can grow.
Yeah.
And the Bible talks about a lot of people's faith being shipwrecked. Because they get into an environment where their ship can be wrecked. Yeah. And I think that we need to be aware of what our mind is a computer, garbage in, garbage out. And if we get a lot of teaching that is robbing us of faith, whether it be in school or through social media or whatever, then there's going to be a lot of fear. And that's what we're seeing in this generation.
I was thinking along those lines of social media because let's go back when I was in grade school, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade. We had one television in the house that picked up 4 or 5 stations out of St. Louis. Excuse me. But we got ABC News, NBC, CBS, that was about it, but we didn't take things so serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and now we've got an epidemic of suicides. We're still working on the movie for television, the suicide addiction movie that should be ready to go by January. But Baxter County has a high rate of suicides. Both in veterans and non-veteran. It's scary, Pastor. It's just
suicide is not
the
the
mindset
fear.
here.
Suicide is not the fear of death. Suicide is the fear of life. And so, I talked with a sweet lady on Sunday whose son had committed suicide, and she was asking me, do people who commit suicide go to heaven? And there's only one sin that keeps a person from heaven, and that is rejecting the Lord Jesus Christ as their Savior. And so as I explained that to her, and she is an older lady, she said, for the first time in my life, I have hope, because my son was a Christian, but he got overwhelmed with life. And so let me tell you this, that I watch young teenagers who have an iPhone and a smartphone, and they never get away. When you said we didn't worry a lot about it. Well, when we went home, we were out from the pressure of school. When young people today go home, the pressure of school follows them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's amazing the kind of pressure that's put on young people through somebody that is criticizing them or gossiping about them or saying things about them that all their friends are seeing all the time.
24/7.
So I'm not sure that
So
we
how
even
do
know
we reach
yet.
out?
I don't know that we even know yet the impact of that on this next generation. The message of Jesus Christ and the message of Christmas, the message of hope and the message of faith and the message of love, the message of acceptance, the message that there is a heaven, it's a real place and you can go there, and the message that God loves us unconditionally, that is the answer. Now,
but how do we convince millennials?
Well, first of all, I am fully supportive of all churches and ministries that are looking for creative ways to reach millennials. And
We're
there's
going to get out of our box.
We have to get out of our box. We absolutely do. And we have to understand where they're at, what they're thinking, and why a millennial church may not look like, I'm talking about architecture, a baby boomer church or a World War II generation church. Sure. Why the music is different, why the structure is different, why the programs are different. And rather than people that are baby boomers or older standing back and criticizing millennials, we need to do what Jesus did. He always met people where they were.
Exactly.
He knew that they could not come to him unless he first went to them, and that's what he did. He went to them, and he drew men to himself. So that's what we have to do. We have to be like Jesus, and we have to go and meet people where they're at and love them where they're at.
My dad had a book about 40 years ago, and I don't know the author. The 7 Last Words of a Dying Church. We've never done it that way before.
Right.
And so, it's time to get out of the comfort zone because, and I'll tell you something else, Pastor. We've got our Soul Sneakers basketball program coming up at First Baptist Church again. I'll do the announcing again this year. And at least one time during that season, I'll be down like at Harold's Auto Parts having a cup of coffee in the afternoon, and somebody said, "Oh, don't you announce at the basketball?" "Oh, yeah." And this actually happened. One guy said, "Well, I wouldn't mind coming to that church." I said, "Well, why don't you?" Well, I had a beer on Saturday night. And that's keeping you out of church?
Yeah.
Have we become so you have to be this way that we're keeping people away from the gospel because they might have had a Budweiser on Saturday night?
Right.
See where I'm coming with that?
Well,
I'm not saying...
Let me say this, that if anyone decides to go to First Baptist Church and hear Pastor Tad Rogers, they're making a great decision because Tad is a great guy. And your church is a great church in the community, and we're blessed with many great
Well, as
churches
is
in the
Twin Lakes
community.
Baptist, you know.
Yeah, we're just blessed. This church is just so blessed. I mean, this community is so blessed with so many great churches. So, see, Christians, we the one thing that we can't be is we can't be self-righteous, and we can't exude an attitude that we're better than you are. We have experienced the grace of God, and that bumper sticker, "I'm not perfect, I'm just forgiven," is so true. And Jesus was highly criticized by the Pharisees, the self-righteous people of the day, because he was the friend of tax collectors and party goers. Okay, he went to them, and he said, the people who think that they don't need a physician, I can't help them. But the people who know they have a need, I go to them. So he was criticized by the self-righteous people. Self-righteous people in churches have done more damage in society than you can possibly imagine. Turn people off, turn people away from the church forever. Hey, we need to all choose. The Bible says humility is a choice, and we need to choose to humble ourselves and be servants to other people, and recognize that it's by God's grace that we're sitting here today.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so that's how we approach people. That's how we approach the millennials with this Christmas thing. You talk about the threatening component of the nativity scene. We were in Boston a few years ago when our nativity scene was being attacked here on the courthouse square. And there's a nativity scene on the Boston Commons, a big one. And
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and so I pulled
You told me
over,
about that.
Annette and I pulled over, and we were taking a picture of it, and this police officer, I was telling him, said, sir, we'd like to take a picture of your nativity scene. And we were parked in an area, and he said, I'll watch your car while you take the picture, because we told him that we were under attack in North Arkansas by a group of people that primarily were out of New England, who were attacking us because we had a nativity scene. And here it is right here in Boston. He said, they'll never get this one in Boston. He said, it'll never happen. He said, the church is too strong in Boston, and they'll never get their nativity scene. And so I got to hand it to our local people. I was over at the Christmas tree lighting last week, and we may not have a nativity scene, but we had Christmas carols, and we had Bible reading, and we had Christian ministries that were honored and recognized.
It was good.
I heard Brenda Spencer, who was going through all that, and it was really good.
It was.
We can be creative, but and that's what we have to be to reach millennials. And at Christmas time, it's a great time of the year to reach people. That's why we're excited about our Christmas presentations. My wife has been for 36 years, this has been her passion, that we provide something at Christmas time that attracts people who maybe don't go to church any other time of the year.
Yeah.
But there's something about Christmas that attracts people to come to a Christian service, and then we have the opportunity to share the good news of Christ and kind of cut through all of the junk, all the arguments, and just say, hey, here's the truth. And regardless of where you're coming from, regardless of who you are, regardless of your past, I heard someone say the other day that every saint has a past, but every sinner has a future.
There you know. I like that. Let's hang on that one while we go to break. More of the pastor right after this. Stick around.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Whether you're a professional landscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
With a large coming up on 7:51 on this Wednesday, December 12th, and visiting with Pastor Sam Bailey, Twin Lakes Baptist Church. Real quick, a reminder, a Twin Lakes Christmas schedule change. Presentations Friday, December 14th at 7 p.m. at Twin Lakes Baptist Church, Saturday, December 15th at 3 p.m., and Sunday, December 16th at 10:30, Twin Lakes Baptist Church. And so I just threw it in the floor.
It's all right.
I'll pick it up here in a bit. It's all the way behind Scooter's chair. What else do we need to cover here? We want folks to know that regardless of the church, regardless of your age, regardless of your politics, you're welcome. Whether
There you
it's
go.
St. Peter, Twin Lakes, First Baptist, Mount Home Baptist, East Side, Presbyterian Church, you're welcome.
More than half of the people who live in Baxter County at the last census noted on their census card that they had no religious affiliation. Wow. More than 60% in Marion County. More than 60%. So, and there's a proven fact that if people will invite someone to church, the majority of those invited will attend. And so I appreciate you just inviting folks to churches generally across the community. Most places you're going to receive a very warm welcome.
Yep.
You're going to be loved and encouraged, and not a perfect church in town. I've been told that if you find a perfect church, don't join it because then it'll no longer be perfect. And so we say that the church is a hospital for sinners. It's not a museum for saints.
There you go.
Back to your comment earlier about the guy who felt like he shouldn't go to church because he had had a beer the night before. Well, again, we're a hospital for sinners, not a museum for saints. And so, people need to understand that it's not as intimidating and threatening as they might suspect or expect to go and try out a church. So about half the people in our community are not even registered as being a part of any church affiliation at all.
And it's really sad at Christmas and Easter because there's a joy at Christmas. There really is. I mean,
yeah, there really is. It's so wonderful that we've been studying about the shepherds, for instance, outside the city of Bethlehem that the angels appeared to. Those were just not normal, ordinary shepherds. They were Levitical shepherds who were raising the Passover lambs. Mm-hmm. And they took the strips of clothing and they would wrap a lamb because it was to be without spot, without blemish, to protect it. And so when Jesus was born in Bethlehem, and he was wrapped in those swaddling clothes, which were those strips of clothing, then it was saying, here is, as John the Baptist said, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. Well, when you find those kinds of truths, they are encouraging, they're uplifting, they give hope. I preached Sunday morning on Home for Heaven. Home for Christmas, and we talked about the 1943 Bing Crosby recorded "I'll Be Home for Christmas," and of course that song says, "If only in my dreams," and so it was for the World War II guys that were not going to be home for Christmas, but they were saying, "I'll be there if only in my dreams," and so Annette sang that before I preached on Sunday morning. I'll be home for Christmas. And we talked about our heavenly home and all of our loved ones who have gone to heaven and what they're doing in heaven today and what the Bible teaches that they're doing in heaven today. And it's just encouraging. It helps us deal with the sadness and the grief and the sorrow of life to know that there are eternal truths that we can base our life upon. The gospel, that Jesus died on the cross, that he was buried, and the third day he rose again, and he's alive. And therefore we have something better than all of this, and that better place is heaven.
Speaking of which, there's the original.
How about that? How about that? I'll be home for Christmas.
There it is.
Yeah. Yep. That was a great source of encouragement. I visited yesterday over at Elmcroft with a World War II pilot who flew 33 missions over Germany. And I like to go and visit with him. His name is Colonel Pettigo.
Really?
And he's a member of our church, and his mind is so sharp. And he was talking to me about what life was like at Christmas time for these guys over there and what they were experiencing and all that. And that was a great morale booster. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Yep. 1943.
That's a original Decca, 78 RPM.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. I play that. They play good.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I want to point out, we're running out of time. My uncle's a pastor down in Hattieville, Arkansas. It's just north of Morrilton, a little bit, by 15, 18 miles. I called him one time and said, have you considered why there was no room in the inn? Well, not really. Why? What's your point? I said, to protect the validity of the virgin birth. Had there been one room with one bed and they stayed the night together, they weren't married at the time.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the whole world could definitely see in the stable in Bethlehem's manger, and the Lord and God invited the world to see. That's a fascinating thought, Dale.
But it protected the I mean, it's true, the virgin birth.
Yeah, exactly. And
so is he?
And the majority of millennials, back to that subject, believe in the virgin birth.
They do.
They absolutely do. Yeah. There is something miraculous at Christmas time that we focus on. You know, we told the true story of Santa Claus 2 weeks ago in our children's program, and Santa Claus actually came out in full regalia and gave the gospel story of Jesus. Yeah. Actually, it was Mr. Darrell Young he wasn't really Santa Claus. We have a fellow in our church, Paul Brown. And, he looks like Santa Claus. He said, here are the stages of life. You believe in Santa Claus? You don't believe in Santa Claus? You begin to look like Santa Claus. Then you think you're Santa Claus. Yeah. Those are the stages of life. And so, anyway, it is a great time of the year. We want folks to enjoy it, and we'd like to invite folks out to the Christmas presentations at Twin Lakes Baptist Church. And as you said, all over town. There are churches and programs and presentations by community choirs and schools and events marking this time of the year, because it is the foundation of our faith that Jesus Christ was born of a virgin.
Yes.
Which means that his blood was the blood of God.
Yes.
If it's the blood of God, then our salvation is secured by the precious blood of Jesus Christ.
And that's the message of Christmas.
That's the message of Christmas.
Whether you're young or old or middle-aged.
Or whatever denomination or background you're from. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, we just want people to know they're welcome. And it's not, if you've not been to any church in town or in Missouri or wherever, if you're not, pick one.
Right.
Pick one.
Right.
If it preaches the gospel of Jesus Christ, pick one.
Yeah, exactly.
And just that,
exactly.
Anyway, we've got about 45 seconds. We'll go over this real quick.
Please.
A Twin Lakes Christmas schedule change. Friday, December 14th at 7 o'clock. Come out and enjoy a great Christmas program at Twin Lakes Baptist Church. Same thing on Saturday, December 15th at 3. Then Sunday, December 16th at 10:30 a.m., the big one.
No charge.
No charge. Come on out, have fun.
Oh Happy Day was on the square this year and had the largest crowd.
Good.
So it's a great group. Come out here on Friday night, Saturday, and then our folks on Sunday.
And I hope your family has a wonderful Christmas. Good to see you.
Yours
Thanks for
too,
coming
Dale.
in.
Thank you.
That pretty well wraps it up for the day. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Stan Norman, president of Williams Baptist College. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.